the time a woman reveals her pregnancy, the loaded questions start rolling in. Do you plan on breastfeeding? How will you lose the weight? What are your thoughts on screen time? Opinions and judgments on parenting seem to begin immediately, especially for mothers. And we want to talk about it. Natalie Preddie is here to share her own thoughts and experiences on this. And Nats, I'm so happy we're talking about this. We can't talk about it enough.
I agree. It's about time we had this conversation. It is so easy for us to judge, Tracy. We do it every day through unconscious bias and learned behaviors, and never is this truer than in motherhood. And it's not a nice feeling.
It is such a bad feeling. And I hate to say I've been on both sides of it. So I really have to stop myself from jumping in there and starting to judge someone. Let's start by talking a little bit about how we parent.
Yeah, well, there's no one right way to parent a child. Every kid is different. Every kid is going to need a different amount of discipline, a different level of attention. And, parenting methods can vary from culture to culture.
Yeah, culture is actually huge, and there's no way you would know sort of what the cultural foundation is for someone for you to jump in and start judging them, right? Let's talk a little bit about what our kids are hearing in our homes, because that's kind of where it starts.
Oh, yeah. And kids definitely bear the weight of these judgments. So kids are more in tune to social situations than we think they are. So when you are judging someone, they are hearing those negative words and they're picking up on those negative vibes, and they are likely to repeat them. So you are teaching your kids that you can view someone in a negative and harmful way. Also, we don't know what's going on behind closed doors. Someone could be suffering from postpartum depression. Maybe they've lost a loved one. Someone else could have just lost a job or dealing with a familial dispute. We cannot judge without having all of the information. But frankly, Tracy, it's none of our business.
It really isn't. At the end of the day, it's none of our business how someone else is even raising their child, right? And so I do try and stop for a second and think, okay, what exactly is going on in that person's life? I don't know.
Exactly. And you know what? Parents in glass houses, Trace. I mean, how many times have you looked at that crying toddler and thought, oh my gosh, I would never let my kid do that. And then 5 minutes later, it's exactly what you are doing or exactly what you are going through. I mean, and also, as you said, they are not your kids to raise. The way that you parent works for you and your family. The way that I parent works for me and my family. And it might not work the other way around. And that's okay. You really need to stay in your lane, keep your eyes on your own road.
You know, when you are doing your own thing as a mom, Nats, and you've got 3 little ones, and you find that you're starting to feel that judgment coming from someone, whether it's the way they're looking or what they say to you, how do you respond to that? Do you just try and stay above it? What advice do you have for our viewers to how to just deal with that?
I would say, yeah, it's when you need to have positive self-talk. Remind yourself that you are making the best choice for your child at that time, and that's okay. Also know that that person looking at you and judging you has probably been through the same thing. So that's when I like to say, okay, Natalie, you've got this. You are doing your best. And that's all you can do. That's the best I can do for me and for my children, and then move on.
I love it. Really good advice there. And if there's one thing that's universal, I think we all love our kids. So back off and just love your kid the way you need to love your kid. Natalie, thank you so much.